Good morning, students. Today, I'm welcoming you to our new class, and today we will begin our new chapter, equations. Okay, so let us start our class. This chapter is much important for your future classes, and you should study thoroughly this chapter, and it will be very helpful. For as long as you study mathematics, you will need this. These are the basic concepts of equations you will learn in this chapter. So let us begin. Today we are going to deal with equations, and in that section, in the chapter equations, we are going to learn about addition and subtraction of equations. So some of you may be aware of how to add an equation or subtract an equation. First of all, let me ask you one thing. What is an equation? And one more thing, we are going to learn these all things. So let us start. We have to see the heading is find me. Find who? I will show. 5 statements are given. 5 mathematical statements are given, and you are asked to find among these 5 statements which of them are equations. Okay. See, our first statement is 10 plus 8 equal to 18. B squared minus 4ac, just b squared minus 4ac. And the third one is a plus b is equal to c plus d. And the fourth statement states that 5 plus 4 is greater than 7. And then that of the fifth statement, it gives 3 plus 3 is less than 9. So, among these statements, you are asked to find which of them are equations. And one more thing, so all of you think, and with your current knowledge, you have to say which of them are equations. Are you clear? That's right. Very good. So you can do. Who can say which of them are equations? Yeah, that's right. You are right. So our equations are first and third mathematical statements are equations. And let me ask you, why? Why do you call these statements as equations? Why? Because there are many other statements are also there. But why didn't you call the other statements an equation? Only you called the 10 plus 8 equal to 18 and a plus b is equal to c plus d. Only you says that only these are equations. Why is it so? So let us see. I will give a definition. See, statements containing equal signs are called equations. Again, I will say statements containing equal signs are called equations. A simple definition, but let me remind you, it's an important one. You have to keep this in mind in order to find which of the mathematical statements are equations. So, once you are aware of or get thorough with an equation's definition, you can easily understand when you are shown an equation. When you are shown a mathematical statement, you can identify whether it is an equation or not. So let us see. See the heading, money box. You all like money, right? So let us see what does this question. One of you can read. Okay. So the question says that Suhara opened her money box and started counting. How much money do you have? Her mother asked. If you give me 7 more rupees, I would have around 50. Suhra looked up hopefully. Find how much amount does she have in her box. See, all of you read the question. I will explain it. Suhara had her money box and she was counting how much money does she have in her money box. And her mother saw it and she asked her, "How much money do you have?" And then Suhara replied, "This is an important point, you have to keep this in mind. To form an equation, we need this statement. Okay, I will repeat, this is an important point." She replied, "If you give me 7 more rupees, I would have around 50. Suhra looked up hopefully. If so, how much money does Suhara have in her money box? Okay, so we have to think in an opposite way. See, 7 more rupees would make 50 rupees, right? That's right. That is, at present, how much money does she have in her box? It would be it is on what it is 50 is the final answer. So the money that she have in her box will be 7 less than 50. So we can write what will be the answer. Yes, that's right. Very good. That is 50 minus 7, which is equal to 43. Now, if you want to check the answer, you can substitute it in the question. In this chapter, equations, you have a privilege that if you have found out an answer, you can check whether your answer is correct or not. How you can check whether it is correct or not? Just substitute your answer in the question. If it's satisfied, you can clearly um, conclude that your answer is correct. See, I am substituting 43 in this question. So, say 43 is there. Then Suhara says, if you give me 7 more rupees, then it would be 50. That's what the question says. So, our answer is correct. You can cross check it. So, this chapter is an easy to score full marks. And you are, if you study well, you can score full mark. Okay. See, our next question says Vishukainitam. You are familiar with that word. So what does this word says? Let us see. Unni spent 8 rupees out of his Vishukainitam to buy a pen, and he has 42 rupees left. How much is his Kainitam? That's the question. I will explain. Unni spent 8 rupees out of his Vishukainitam. That's a certain sum of money, and we are not familiar with. We don't know how much money does he have in his hand. So he spent 8 rupees to buy a pen, and how much money now he has in his hand? Only he is left with 42 rupees. Are you clear with the question? Okay, so now we can go and find the answer. 8 rupees less made it 42 rupees. So, how much more money would, how much that is 42 plus 8 will give his total Vishukainitam, right? The total amount can be found out by adding the 42 and 8 together will give 50. So, his Vishukainitam is 50 rupees. Easy question. Do you all understand this question? Very good. Very good. So this is an important point. Now, in the light of these two questions, we can conclude or we can arrive at an important result. It says that if we know the answer, to find a required number, we can change a negative number to a positive number. Are you clear? That is, we know the answer. What is the answer? What should be the answer? We know that it will be, if it is given in that question, and we are asked to find which number should be added, which number should be subtracted from that given number, then we can easily change that negative number to a positive number. You don't need to worry. If you have any doubts, you don't not at all, you need not to worry, because we will do more and more problems, and you will be familiar with it. Okay, so let us move on to our next question. It says number. You are familiar with number. Mathematics is subject which is always dealing with number. So let us see. 198, a simple question, just two sentences. I will read. 198 subtracted from a number makes it 163. If so, what is the number? A simple question, just two sentences only, right? So, how we can find what is the number? Let us see. I will explain. It says that 198 subtracted from a number makes it 163, right? So just a little bit ago, you have learned a result, an important result. If you are given an answer, to find the required number, we can change the negative number to a positive number, right? So we can apply that in this question. Clear? See, it says that when 198 is subtracted from the number, we got 53, 163, right? Just you are familiar, you can understand this. This is only just a mathematical statement. Clear? That is, if we want to find that number, we have to change this 198 subtraction to 198 added to 163. That is, so to find the required number, we should add 198 and 163. Are you clear? Are you following me? Very good. That's right. So, what will be the answer? Come on, say it. Yes, you are a clap. That's right. So, the answer is 198 plus 163, which is equal to 361. Right? Very good. Now, are you clear with this question? Good, very good. So, now let us move on to our next question. It says marks. All of you like more and more marks. So, what does this question says? 6 more marks and I would have got full 100 marks in the math test. Rajan was sad. How much mark did he actually get? See, Rajan was sad. Why he was sad? Why he was sad? He was saying, if I had 6 more marks, if I had 6 more marks, I would have 100 marks. We have to find how much mark did he actually get. Clear? Did you get the question? Or if you read the question. If you are given a question in a mathematics, if you are given a question, first of all, you have to read the question again and again until you understand each and every word. Clear? Okay, very good. So, the question says, we are given the total marks is 100. Are you clear? It is given in that question. I would have got full 100 marks. That's given in the question. So, how much marks he doesn't have? 6, right? Marks Rajan lost. It is 6, right? That's what the question says. 6 more marks, I would have got 100 marks. That's what he said. Which means, actually he lost 6 marks. Clear? Very good. So, how much mark, in order to find how much mark did he actually get, we have to change this 6 marks to this is a positive number, we have to change it to a negative number. That is, Rajan's mark will be 100 minus 6, which is equal to 94 marks. Do you follow me? Are you clear? Very good. That is, previously we have learned an important point. It is just the opposite. See, in that result, it says that to find the required number, we have to change our negative number to a positive number. But did what we had done here? Here we have changed a negative number. See the word lost. See the word lost. It is equivalent to our negative. I don't have that much. I don't have. That's what the word lost gives me. Its meaning is that. So, in order to change that lost, that 6 plus 6 to negative, we just have to subtract 6 from 100, which will be 94 marks. Now you can cross check your answer, right? You can just add 94 and 6. Together it will give you 100 marks. So our answer is correct. You can cross check this type of, I have told earlier. Clear? Now, what all things we had learned today? What all things? In this section, we will be dealing with our important points that we had learned today. Our first point is statements containing equal signs are called equations. Let me remind you, this is the most important point in this chapter. This is the foundation. We know that to build more and more buildings, we have to keep our foundations much stronger, right? So, like that, in order to build up this chapter more and more, we need this definition. Statements containing equal signs are called equations. All of you repeat, you can study. Statements containing equal signs are called equations. Clear? So, have we learned this much? No. There are very good. Yes, he said, give him a clap. We have learned 2 more points. What were they? Let us see. If we know the answer, to find a required number, we can change a negative number to a positive number and vice versa. So, let us see what does it say. If we know the answer, we are given the answer. To find our required number, whatever that number may be. If it is given in that negative number, to find the required number, we just have to change that negative number to a positive number, simple one, like we had did earlier. Clear? Very good. And if we are given an answer to find our required number, we have to change the reverse. We can apply the reverse also. Clear? That's why the word vice versa is used. To find our required number, we can change our positive number to negative number also. In both ways, it can be treated in both ways. Clear? That's why this question is given like this. So, like the previous statements, statement containing equal signs are called equation. This is also an important point. Are you clear? So, in this chapter, in this section, we have learned about the addition and the subtraction of equations. First, we learned to form how to form an equation, right? How do we form an equation? That's what we have learned through these questions. By discussing these questions, we have learned how to form an equation, and after forming, obviously we have to solve it. Clear? That's right. After forming that question, we are solving it. And for solving these mathematical equations, we have used this important point. If we know the answer, or if you read it aloud, if we know the answer, to find a required number, we can change a negative number to a positive number and vice versa. Clear? Do you follow me? Very good. So, your favorite thing, homework. What all questions do we have? The question says, Vimala spent, I will just give you a hint only, okay? You have to do it by yourself. And don't do it from here. You have to go home, learn what we had learned today, and in the light of what we had learned today, you have to do this by yourself. Vimala spent 163 rupees shopping, and now he has 217 rupees left. How much money did she have at first? Simple question. Similar question were discussed in our class. So you can easily solve this question, right? If anybody is having doubt, you can ask me. You don't have to be shy like that, okay? Next question is 264 added to a number makes it 452. So what is the number? Do you remember? We had done a similar question, but the only difference is in the previously solved question, we said a number was subtracted from the number and it gives like that. Here it is changed. That's why. See, our result can be applied in both ways. That's why, in order to familiar or to get thorough with that concept, you have to do these questions by yourself. And let me remind you, you should not use as like some other guides or like that. Of course, you can ask the help of your parents or brothers like that or sisters, but you have to do it by yourself. If anybody is having doubt, you can contact me. I will clear your doubt. Okay, so that's all for today. And are you clear with what we had learned today? Are you clear with what we have learned today? Okay. So thank you. Thank you very much for this class, and hope you understood it very well. If anybody is having doubt, you can contact me or ask me now. Just read the question and find the answers and study well. Thank you.